From ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. A day of major air travel annoyance. Not for everybody, but just enough. JetBlue canceling 17% of flights in and out of Boston, says FlightAware. This follows hundreds of delays and cancellations yesterday. ABC's Uni Han.
In a statement shared with ABC News affiliate WCVB in Boston, JetBlue says the problems were caused by, quote, severe weather delays and staffing constraints. The airline says it's reducing its schedule and hiring staff to deal with the increasing summer demand and, quote, disruptive events.
It's the second weekend in a row JetBlue canceled and delayed hundreds of flights. Ukraine is preparing for Russian ground forces to attack eastern Ukraine, and they will respond, says Ukrainian President Zelensky. ABC's Terry Moran in Lviv.
New satellite images show a Russian military column, hundreds of tanks, mobile artillery, and other vehicles extending at least 8 miles heading east as Russia masses forces there. Military analysts say Russia is preparing for a major offensive, driving from territory they control in the east westward.
On the images and reports of bloody mass killings, execution-style shootings of civilians, and the deadly rocket attack on a train station in Ukraine, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan.
I think we can all say that these are mass atrocities. These are war crimes. These are shocking and brutal acts that are completely unacceptable, beyond the pale for the international community.
Sullivan on ABC's This Week. Transgender measures signed into law by Alabama Governor Kay Ivey. One bans teaching about sexual orientation and gender identity in kindergarten through 5th grade. The other outlaws transgender health care for minors. Legal challenges expected. Sources say federal regulations for ghost guns assembled from parts at home with no serial numbers expected from the Biden administration tomorrow. Senate Democratic Majority Leader Chuck Schumer.
Look at the number of ghost guns they've caught and look at the number of ghost guns used in crimes. Up.
You're listening to ABC News. You don't need to wonder if a fire breaking out at a place with a lot of lumber, which police believe may have started in the lumber area, would be big and take long to put out. It's finally mostly out at a San Jose Home Depot store. Fire Battalion Chief Brad Coulter says there was concern about smoke getting into nearby homes.
What we did is, with the assistance of San Jose Police Department, is we let all the people in the neighborhood to shelter in place, keep their windows closed, turn off their air conditioning units, turn off any exterior fans.
Caused the fire under investigation. Nobody reported hurt. Activists want to prevent possible dumping of radioactive wastewater from a closed nuke plant into a seafood source off Plymouth, Massachusetts. Tom O'Reilly, lobsterman.
We have 60 full-time commercial lobstermen here. We have the oyster farms and everything. There's just too much at stake.
Holtec, the company that owns the Pilgrim Nuclear Power Station, says it is considering other options that comply with regulations. Finally laid to rest in a cemetery in Gulfport, Mississippi, the remains of Army Private Andrew Ladner. He was 30 when his unit successfully cut off Japanese supply and communication lines on their beachhead on the Pacific island New Guinea in World War II. They went through hell, says the Defense POW MIA accounting agency. Ladner and some fellow soldiers were killed. His remains identified through DNA and other means only recently. This is ABC News.
Friday nights, 9/8 Central. True crime. Cinematic. Real-life drama. Stunning. The unthinkable. Follow the clues. The Hunt. True crime. 2020. Friday nights, 9/8 Central on ABC.